Excel you can insert, delete or hide certain cells or sheets. This can be done by either going to the Home tab and clicking on Insert or Delete. In case you want to insert or delete a row or column, you just right click on your row or column and press Insert or Delete. If you insert a new row, the other rows below will be shifted down. If you insert a new column, the other columns on the right will be shifted to the right. You can also insert a new sheet by going to Insert on the Home tab or by clicking on Insert Worksheet at the bottom left corner of your workbook, or by using the shortcut Shift F11. Finally, you can also hide certain cells or sheets. If you want to hide a cell, this will only have effect when you use Protect Sheet or Protect Workbook. You can also hide certain rows or columns by right-clicking on the row or column and pressing Hide. You can also hide a sheet by right-clicking on the sheet you want to hide and clicking Hide. If you want to unhide your sheet, you can right-click again and press Unhide. If you want to unhide a row or column, you can select the previous and the next row or column and click Unhide. On the other hand, if you want to unhide a certain cell in a protected sheet or workbook, you have to unprotect that sheet or workbook with your password. You can also choose to lock certain cells or an entire sheet from being edited by also using Protect Sheet or Protect Workbook. If I now go back to my Excel file, suppose I want to insert a new cell, I can go to Insert Cells, and as you can see, I can either choose to shift the current cells down or shift the current cells to the right. I choose to shift the current cells down, so I select Shift Cells Down, press OK, and as you can see, the cells are shifted down. Suppose I want to delete the cell again, I click on Delete Cells, Shift Cells Up, OK, and the cell is deleted. Suppose I want to delete the column Currency in my Sales Orders tab, then I go to my Sales Orders tab, I select the column Currency, I right click, delete, and as you see, the column is deleted. I can also insert a new column by right clicking on Insert, and as you can see, a new column is added. Suppose I want to hide the column Sales Amount Exceeds Threshold, then I can right click on this column and press Hide, and as you see, the column is hidden because the column is not visible anymore, and as you can see, column J is also not visible. If I want to unhide column J, I just select the entire range from column I to column K, I right click, unhide, and column J is visible again. Suppose I want to hide a certain sheet, so suppose I want to hide my exercises sheet, I can right click on my exercises sheet and press hide, and as you can see, the sheet is hidden. If I want to show the sheet again, I can right click on my sales order sheet, click unhide, and I can unhide my exercises sheet. If I want to insert a new sheet, I just click on Insert Worksheet. If I want to remove a sheet, I just right click on Delete. I can also move or copy a sheet by clicking on Move or Copy. If I want to hide all my cell formulas within my Sales Orders tab, I select all my cells. I right click Format Cells. I go to the Protection tab, and as you can see, by default, if I protect my sheet, the cells will be locked but will not be hidden. So formulas within cells are still visible. If I want to hide my formulas within my cells, I can select Hidden, press OK, and if I now go to Review, Protect Sheet, then I can enter my password. For example, I type test, OK, I re-enter my password, test, press OK, and as you see now, my formulas are hidden. So if I go to, for example, sales amount, which is quantity times unit price, I see that the formula is not visible anymore. And if I click on the formula, then I get an error message saying the cell or chart that you're trying to change is protected and therefore read-only. To modify a protected cell or chart, first remove the protection. So if I click on Unprotect Sheet again and enter my password, I can unprotect my cells. As you can see now, the formulas are again visible. Suppose I still want my cell formulas to be visible, but I want to protect my cells from being edited. I can right-click on my cells, go to Format Cells, and deselect Hidden. So now my cells are only locked from editing. Press OK. And if I now protect my sheet, then I can still see my cell formulas, but when I type into my cell, I get a message that the cells are read-only and are therefore also protected. I can also protect my entire workbook by clicking on Protect Workbook, entering a password test. I re-enter my password test. As you see, now my entire workbook is protected.